No one ever knew I was the Crimson Paw.
I'm sorry. Did you say you were the Crimson Paw?
Hey folks, how's it going? Today, we're talking about The Bad Guys 2. And yeah, I'm admittedly a bit late on this one. Like, I had plans to review the film back in early August, but that damn King of the Hill video took up all of my energy and time. But now we're stuck waiting for that video to clear copyright claim hell, so I guess I'm talking about the cute fox girl after all.
Yeah, let's keep it friendly. Medium friendly?
Yeah.
Oops.
Now, the original Bad Guys was such a breath of fresh air. Like, you could tell how much fun the animators were having pushing the characters to so many cartoony extremes. Finally, we had an animated movie that combined crime heist, anime references, and anthropomorphic characters into one chaotic and highly entertaining experience. But does that quality carry over into The Bad Guys 2? Does the sequel hold up in comparison? Some folks say yes, some folks really say yes, in their own particular way. But honestly, I was kind of surprised to see the film somewhat underperform. Now, I'm not saying the movie was a failure by any means, but I was expecting a bigger box office number. Then again, it's been a rough year for a lot of animated movies, except for like Neja 2. Maybe it's the industry, maybe it's the economy. Who can say? But if you do like anthrop characters, 2025 has and will continue to be a good year for you. Just a few more months until the glorious return of Judy and Nick. Ah, look at the trailer. What the f is Nick wearing? Zoom in. Foxy Dat. What? If they canonize the Arby's comic, I'm gonna lose it. On that note, let us take a closer look at The Bad Guys 2. Spoilers and shedding ahead. Because they're animals, and they have fur, and they okay, moving on.
You know what? Can I get another chance at that one?
I think we got everything we need.
But first, this video is brought to you by Helix Sleep. The end of summer is upon us, and that means declining temperatures. Hallelujah. But once those early nights come back, we'll be going to bed even that much sooner. Goodbye, sun. It was nice seeing you. I mean, like the sun as in like the bright fireball in the sky, not the kid who I don't pay alimony for. Which means you, yes you, should have the best mattress to retreat to when that happens. So why not consider a Helix mattress in your cozy abode? All you have to do is take the Helix Sleep Quiz, and they will hook you up with the best mattress for you. You'll be asked questions that consider your sleeping habits, because every person is different and Helix knows that. 20 different mattresses to be paired with, as well as free shipping in the continental US of A. I was personally paired with a Midnight Luxe, which I've been sleeping on for some years now, and it has stood the test of time. My sleep has been so improved that I have become hyper-aware of whenever I'm not sleeping on my Helix. My friends also have spoken of this phenomenon. I was actually in Germany recently, and the mattresses out there, awful. Hated them. Their pillows suck too. I was so excited to go home and sleep on my Helix. I 100% mean that with all of my heart. And since school is back in session, or season, or whatever it is, if you're a parent looking to upgrade their kid's mattress, then Helix also has the kids' mattress, a flippable design that keeps it versatile, and it's naturally hypoallergenic. A demonstration of Helix's commitment to safe premium sleeping experiences for everyone. You have many mattress toppers to consider from Helix. I have used these toppers myself, and trust me, they can definitely up your sleeping experience if you're not looking to break the bank on a full-blown mattress upgrade. So if you're considering upgrading this season, then get on over to helixsleep.com/saberspark, or click on the link in the description box down below to take advantage of their extended Labor Day sale and get 20% off site-wide. Doing so helps out the team, as well as getting you started on a journey towards better sleep. Thanks again to Helix for sponsoring this video, and now back to the video.
Why is she in his mouth?
So, what's the movie about? Let me do a little synopsis rundown for y'all so you can have some context. Again, spoilers ahead. And Rule 34. I'm joking, not that. So the story kicks off in Cairo 5 years prior to the events of the first movie, with the bad guys welcoming Webbs into the team during her first mission. That's the Spider Girl who's voiced by Awkwafina. But those glory days of epic heist and car chases are now over. The bad guys are trying and failing to turn good. They're all struggling to find decent jobs, given their criminal history, because nobody trusts them enough to hire them. To make matters worse, Los Angeles has been hit by a series of thefts orchestrated by the Phantom Bandit, a new criminal group in town. It's LA, so they're used to it. Precious artifacts have been stolen from local museums, with the police commissioner immediately blaming the bad guys for it. The only one who isn't going through a rough patch is Mr. Snake, who has suddenly started doing yoga and drinking kale smoothies. Ew.
You think I got this body by sitting around watching TV?
Okay, ew, well,
Oh, and don't wait up for me. It's lucha night. Well, bye!
Worried his friend is turning into a dirty hippie, Wolf decides to kill two birds with one stone. He makes a deal with the police commissioner to find out who's behind the artifact thefts and figure out where Snake keeps heading off to. The crew discovers the artifacts all have one thing in common. They're all made from the same material, a precious metal called MacGuffinite. F you. The last remaining item made from it is a championship belt at a luchador wrestling event. But due to a misunderstanding and good old-fashioned sleight of hand, the real culprits steal the belt and instead pin the blame on the bad guys. Before the angered crowd engulfs them, they're saved by Snake's new girlfriend, a raven named Susan. However, Susan drugs and kidnaps them, as she's secretly a member of the Bad Girls, a rival crime team made up of female animals conspiring to pull off the biggest heist in the world. Their leader, Kitty Cat, is the real Phantom Bandit and a longtime fan of Wolf's former crime days. Kitty blackmails them into working for her to gain control of a space rocket, and by extension, a space station. But if they refuse, she threatens to expose DIANE's history as the Crimson Paw to the public and lose her position as the governor.
The governor's secret past is the Crimson Paw? Whew. Talk about a scandal.
The bad guys successfully steal the watch that controls the rocket from a tech CEO. Might have been Elon, might have been Zuckerberg. All. But they're double-crossed by the bad girls, who not only post the video exposing DIANE, but reveal that they were working behind the scenes with Professor Marmalade, the villain from the first movie, to get him out of prison.
You look like a balloon animal.
I know, right? Today was arm day. That's why I'm looking extra swole.
Things seem dire for the bad guys until the police commissioner reluctantly takes them out of custody, but only on the condition that they intervene and save the day. Due to heavy public backlash, DIANE loses her role as governor, but manages to sneak on board the rocket along with the bad guys' crew. So you may be asking, what exactly is Kitty's big plan from all of this buildup? It turns out that the MacGuffinite metal is magnetically attracted to gold, and she uses a space satellite as a giant magnet to steal all the gold from Earth. Yeah, I know it's dumb, just roll with it. Is it a power move? I think so. Sure, why not? Again, just roll with it. Kitty lashes out and overpowers the magnet when the other bad girls, Pigtail and Doom, refuse to kill the bad guys. While the rest of the team works on shutting down the satellite magnet, Wolf and DIANE face off with Kitty in the control room and knock her out. The shuttlecraft is launched into the gold reserves, but this throws the satellite off course as it starts to careen towards Earth. Wolf does what he can to rally the crew together before we get an honestly really funny smash cut to a funeral, implying they all died during the crash.
We're gonna land this thing, or we're gonna die trying!
Like, I lost my shit while watching this scene. It was really funny. Of course, this isn't what really happened. They all managed to make it back to Earth safely, off screen of course, with the bad girls being sent to jail. The police commissioner organized a funeral to fake their deaths publicly, but privately got a deal with the bad guys by hiring them as secret agents. And that's the movie. Some big laughs, some great action, beautiful animation, and hey, some love as well. Look, I expected some pining between Wolf and Diane, but I did not expect a smooching. Maybe there's hope for Judy and Nick after all.
We tried to stop her from posting.
Okay, so what did I think of the film? Was Bad Guys 2 any good? Well, let's start with the pros. First off, the animation is fantastic. It's just as expressive and memorable as the first movie, if not better. Especially during the chases and fight scenes. There's a lot of fast and the furious energy getting mashed up with Lupin III, especially during the opening flashback, and also at the wrestling match. I also really like the return of Professor Marmalade. They gave him a Hannibal Lecter introduction. When Diane visited him in prison, they got a good laugh out of me. By the way, folks, stick around for the mid-credit scene too, as they're definitely bringing him back for the third movie. But if I'm being honest, the story kind of peaked for me at the start of the movie. I think the biggest issue with the Bad Guys 2, overall, is the dip in the quality of the script. The rest isn't bad at all. There's a handful of structure issues getting from point A to point B here. I think the worst case of this happening is with your girl Diane, oddly enough. Most of the scenes she's in exist for one of two reasons: to kick ass and look good doing it, or to expand on her messy situationship with Mr. Wolf. Sometimes both at the same time, giggity. Around the middle of the movie, Diane has a whole subplot about confronting Marmalade on his MacGuffinite research. But whenever the plot shifts back to their interaction, it feels like more of a reminder for where she is, rather than a natural development piecing clues together. So when I'm talking about balance issues between the characters and the plot, that's the kind of thing I'm referring to. The movie wants to do a lot and have a bigger scope than the original, but they definitely had to cut a few corners to get there in the end. It's slightly messier getting between locations, with more of a vibe of this needs to happen because we need to get there. And it doesn't feel as organic this time around. In the original, they paid attention to everything, having a logical setup and payoff, even if the set pieces were really silly and nonsensical. Look, it's not that I thought mind control guinea pigs were a more logical resolution than a treasure magnet, but I can only suspend my disbelief so much. And this ending was pretty goofy and kind of dumb. Like, what in the hell is Kitty going to do with all that gold in space? I'm obviously overthinking this, but yeah, it was an odd way to end things. I'm also kind of mixed on the inclusion of the bad girls as a new rival team. They were an interesting addition to the cast, but I honestly would have liked to see more character development for them to get a better understanding of what motivated them to get into crime. Kind of hint at it with Kitty and her obvious issues with greed and control, but we get very little for Pigtail or Doom. Well, minus the makeout scene with her and Snake. That got really weird really fast. Oh, and that reminds me. The movie was originally going in another direction, where Diane and Kitty were once best friends. Where Diane was the mentor, and Kitty was the student. That Diane taught Kitty everything she knew, and was even the one who inspired her to steal all of the gold in the world to begin with. But eventually, the two went different paths. I kind of liked this more, to be honest. It would have made better use of Diane as a character, and Kitty as well. But I guess it would have taken away the spotlight from the bad guys. That, or it was just too much story. Who can say? But I think there was something there. As far as how the sausage gets made, apparently, the budget for the Bad Guys 1 and 2 were nearly identical, at roughly $80 million each. The first one was definitely a surprise hit, making $250 million worldwide, but did not reach the blockbuster levels of their other movies. So I'm guessing that's what made DreamWorks stick with such a relatively lean budget for the sequel. So overall, while Bad Guys 2 is still a lot of fun, it's mostly just fine. If nothing else, I'm very curious to see where they take things in the third movie. Like, going to space in the first sequel is pretty ambitious already. So how are they going to top that? Deeper space? I will say this though, the hamster is a fun villain, so I'm open to seeing him get into hijinks. But yeah, 2025 is already shaping up to have some great movies with Anthro characters. First we got The Bad Guys 2, and next is Zootopia 2. Now, I don't think that's going to make $1 billion like the first movie. But hey, never underestimate the power of talking animals. A lot of people have been waiting for Zootopia 2, and I think it's going to make at least $500 million. Especially if they team up with Arby's. But hey folks, those are just my thoughts. What did you all think? Tell me down below in the comments, and I'll see you all next time.